Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator at FrenchieStamps.com in the United States. Today I'm going to share with you, oops, this came off, how to do this cute little vase here. You see it looks like water, right? I'm going to share how to do that, and the tulip was done with Please As Punch, the designer series paper. Well, today I'm going to share with the stamp set, because the designer series paper is a very limited edition. So let me share tips on the tulip builder punch and the stamp set. So first thing I did, and this is too much on the side there, so I'm going to do yeah, that's going to work. You're going to punch out, but I like to do it in the center. So I would do it, and I like to have a 3-inch space. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to place it at the top there. You're going to put your leaves, make sure the flat surface face up. And I like to use 2 plates because one is green and one's going to be in colors. Then I'm going to take my tulip, put it there, put that down there, and now watch what's going to happen. And let me get another piece of paper. It doesn't matter the other side if it's 3-inch or not, because it's going to match your punch no matter what. So now let's say I want to do the leaves. I'm going to do it in the green, and I do strip of paper, so then I can do more than one at one time. It worked great for 2, right? I just flip my paper. Now we're going to do I'm going to use Blushing Bride for the flower itself. When I mean the flower, I mean the tulip. I'm inking this in Blushing Bride. I'm using Rococo, so I use like a darker color. So let's say you use Daffodil, then on the outside you could use Crushed Curry. So then you would have a nice finish like multi-tone. Gonna stamp that right there, and then flip this up, go over here, and again I'm gonna ink. And I'm not watching it because I feel I get quite a bit of the dark out. I just add a little bit of the dark and then press that there. Now let's remove the stamp apparatus. And then you're going to see when you come to punch, you get both of them. So that's how you can really do many of them quick. Punch this out, punch this out. So I like to have my, when I build it about 3-inch in the width. And the reason why, if you go skinnier than that, then you go too much on the edge of your stamp apparatus. So that's why I like to start with the 3-inch increment. So now we got our big flowers here. I done some also, so that the stamp set, you get those 2 extra size. Those one don't have a punch or a die, so I hand cut them. So we're going to build our flower pot a little bit different. Now for the flower pot, I had to start a little bit before going live, so you're going to understand why. I'm using window sheet. I know it's hard to see in the camera, but this is window sheet. I will have all the link, all measurement on my blog. Right below you get the direct link, or above in the eye. I just put that on my die cut machine, roll it through, and now we get an oval. With this oval, I better close this ink pad. I almost put something right on top. Now I'm using the 1-inch circle, but before I start with the circle, here what I done, and that's going to help you a lot. You can use a marker. It don't have to be permanent marker. That's permanent. I will not use permanent in case I get the thing wrong. I just, a pen, a marker, I just placed this here and I lined up my oval on top of my grid paper. So I just check, okay, this was not. So then I can line up that very straight. I'm going to mark, this is my center right here. So it's equally there, equally there. This is my center. So I get my card. Now I'm going to take a ruler that, I think my ruler walked away. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put about what, that's half an inch? Yeah, I'm going to cut half inch and I'm going to mark it right there. So then I know it's straight down, because oval can be tricky when it comes to cutting and so on. Now I'm taking my oval and my punch. I did that on most of all my punch. I use a permanent marker, and for my circle, I know right in the center, you get the little groove right in the center on each side. I just push it up, mark it, my little groove. Here, mark it, mark it, mark it. So that's going to help you many times on any direction to find the center. So now I know where the center of my circle is, and I know where the center of my oval is. I'm going to take the center, match that right there. And I just go about half inch. You can go maybe a little bit more. And you're going to punch that window sheet. Now, I got kind of like my vase shape there. I don't know how much you can see. I got my vase shape. Now, I'm going to take scissors. And we're going to cut this, or you can use your trimmer too. I'm going to cut this line right here. Voila! So now you get your vase. What did I do with that? You can use the fine tip glue, or you can use crystal effect. Our crystal effect get the glitter in it. So this time I'm just going to use the fine tip glue. So we need to have a silicone sheet. And why the reason for the silicone sheet? In case if it oozes on the side. So you're going to take your glue and you're going to put about 3/4. That would be like where your water is. So you're going to take this and just put it. And if you get air bubble, for this, I really don't think it matters, because sometimes you see hair bubble or in a pot, right? So I just cover this, and this is what I done one in advance, because that's going to take a few hours to dry. Did I say a few hours? Yes. So I want to go right at the edge. Try not to pass it on the edge though. And when this is all filled, then I'm going to move that aside, and you would let that dry a few hours. And I did mine like 5 hours ago, and it takes a long time to dry. And you're going to see when it's dry, it's clear. Make sure you cover this. Let's remove this, so now you can see I got my glue there. Now, this one here, I love the way it dries. See, it kind of cracks. So it's just going to add character in my, I think you can see, on this vase. I'm going to, oops, I got glue on my hand. Dang it. I'm going to turn this. So this is the smooth side. This is the window sheet. This is where the glue. I tried different color, and the last one that I tried was a bit dark. So I'm going to do this, not seafoam, but the dark seaside spray. And I'm going to take this and color the back of the where the glue is. So it's very important that it's dry completely, so then you don't, it won't stick to it, put it that way. Because the first one that I did, I thought, oh, that's not dark enough. But you know what? Water, it's not really blue, it's clear. So this here going to be good for me. I'm going to add a little bit more at the bottom. If you want to add more than a layer of the blends, you have to let that dry completely. I know many people are going to ask me, can we use regular marker on that? Regular marker going to smear, going to disappear. Now, I got the woven thread designer series paper that I'm using that look like canvas. We're going to put that right in the back of the rose cocoa, and then it's, oh, dang it, not on this side. Let me grab another piece. Okay, this was 5 1/8 by 3/7/8. I'm going to use that one on something else. Here we go. Now we're going to use this, put that on that layer, and then it's going to go on a blushing bright layer. Now to do your tulips, well, I show you how to do the tulips. The stem, I don't stamp them. I did a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of little strip, very little strip of old olive. Not old olive, sorry. Let me think. I'm blank right now. Of pure pizzazz. Now we're going to build that in the back where you color. So I'm just going to put that there. Sorry, first I need to add another, just a strip or a little bit more of the glue here, okay? Here we go. Now we're going to add, never mind the length of the strip, because that's not important right now. We're going to fix that after. And I'm just going to crisscross them. And I want 5 tulip. I don't want it to pass the top of my vase. That's the important thing. Oh, I got a hair. That's a bonus. Get some glue there. I shouldn't have that there. You know what? Let me reach another silicone mat. Here we go. That's going to help big time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. And if you see, I got some skinnier, some fatter. Okay, now the best way that I can save, because you get the glue there. Now what I done, I had just left that dry there and then, you know, build my flowers. But because we're on camera, I'm going to stop this and let it dry, and then it's going to start right back when it's dry and we can finish it. Here I am, I'm back, so it's kind of dry. I'm going to say kind of. One thing though, right when I click stop, I rub the glue in the bag, and yes, I use my finger and then go wash it. So now, and you're going to have some place where the water is, you know, the blends with the glue. It's normal it happen that way, you know, the discoloration, that's normal. And see, when you place it there, it's just, look, it's in the water. Now, what I have to do, it's to make sure that my flower don't pass that. So I'm going to take my snip, and I'm just going to start cutting bits and pieces. And one of it right in the center, I wanted the longest one. So this one here going to be the longest one here. We can adjust them a little bit with the glue dots or the dimensional, so that it's about right. So I'm going to come here and place my flowers. So I like to start with the biggest one in the back, and this is going to be right here. And before I decide to glue it, I want to make sure it don't pass my card. So this is going to go about right here. So really, it's going to be the flowers that's going to hold the whole thing. I'm going to put some glue dots in the back there, but not till we're done placing the flowers. So I like to use a glue, not a glue dot, but a dimensional. So I take a dimensional and I'm going to put it in the back here, like this. And then I'm going to put that here. I'm going to take my flower. This is the tallest one, okay? It's going to be right here. Now we're going to go with the other one. I know I want a little bit lower than this. Here we go. And again, I keep the backing of the dimensional. So I just flip this. Going to raise this up. Put that there. And now that's the medium one that I did with, that's about right. I did that with, see, I grabbed the stem and the flower. I hand cut that. Now we're going to put another one, another medium one here. Right here. In the back. And put this. This one can add a little bit of shaving here. Something don't jive. And I didn't have to cut this close, I just did. And we're going to put that right here. So you just, build your bouquet. Just make sure you don't see this one going to be the lowest one. It's going to be about here. So you see, I build as I go. Now I'm going to take this one. And this is going to be, you know what? This one's going to be even lower. I'm going to cut this here. And then we're going to take our dimensional. As long as you grab the stem and then your flower, you're good. And that could be even lower. See, now I start adding my tulips. Now this one here, going to be even a little bit lower. And we're going to slide this in the back. And this is just this little bud there. Going to be placed right there. And this one, really, I would add more. I would add maybe one on the side. I don't need another stem. I can grab on another stem there. So I'm going to finish building, and maybe, well, this one, I can even go sideways more. Because I feel I need something sideways. I'm going to turn this one. It's easy to move it. As long as they're not on your card, you can always pull them out a bit. Here we go. And this one, that needed to be here. So you see how I build. I just go and build my flower pot. Here we go. This one, it's a bit too sideways. Here we go. So now I got my flowers. I need to add, and I did this on all Pierre Pizzazz and stamped with old olive. Now we're going to have those big leaves that going to fill a lot of the pot. Really, I don't need more than 5 flowers. So I'm going to take this. And now, before I had this, not this. I got a glue dot here. Let me remove that. We're going to peel this up here. And we're going to attach our flowers to our card. And then we're going to build the leaf. It's going to be tricky a little bit because we got, like this. The reason why it's going to be tricky because you're going to have to tuck it under. That's it. But that's the way I find it, the easiest way to build my flowers. Make sure this is straight at the bottom. Then I'm going to put the bigger one. Now this. Here we go. And there. Now you're going to say, well, this is going to pop. No, it will not pop. So after that, it's all done. You can take your glue dot and just put it on a few stems. And I don't know if you saw, I take my glue dot and really I fold my glue dot so it don't show in my water. So I just flip it up there. Et voila. So now, see, it's very solid. So you're going to fill, and you know that tulip get a lot, not a lot, but those leaves are very big. So now I just keep on adding, and then it don't matter where I had, because it can be from another one, see? And I keep on adding them till I'm satisfied with what I got. See, I pull, put it down. Oops, this one needs to be re-glued. Here we go. So I just keep on adding. Then I got a little seam binding here for my little bow. I'm going to take that, put a glue dot, put that right there. So now that is decorated. I will not put a greeting in the front of this. I'm going to keep it for the inside. Et voila. I still going to add a few of the, like this here. I can slide one right under here. I'm going to put one another there. So you just want to add as many leaves as you think you need or want. That needs to go at the top there. So you just tuck and pull and tuck and shove, and this can go in the top of this. Et voila, this one more there. And I feel I need one more. I just like to have odd number. And I'm going to take one more. And this is going to get shoved right. You know what? We're going to do this. Go right there. And then this, I'm going to put a glue dot in the back of the tulip and add my tulip right there. Here we go. So now we got it, my friends. So that is how really the video was to show how to do the water, the vase with water in it. So now we get this one, and then we get this one. You see with different size, I think it adds so much. So thank you for watching. Till next time, happy stamping. And again, all the supplies will be listed on my blog. You get the direct link below. Bye-bye for now.